Shalom, shalom, giving all praise and glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakah Wadash, double honor to the elders and apostles, the great millstone that teach us this truth, through the spirit of God, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakah Wadash. Peace, love, and blessings to the elect scattered around the four corners of the earth, mainly in Babylon, the great America. All right, and this is basically a part two lesson of going into when shit hits the fan, they're going to need a man, going into the women. All right, Isaiah 4 and 1, Isaiah the 32nd chapter, verse 9 on down to 11. And also Isaiah 13 and 12 is going to come to pass when all hell breaks loose. All right, when this society collapse, because contrary to your belief, you women, this is the only reason why you have a voice, because of this society. All right, this is the reason why you can call 911. You can commit adultery as freely as you can and not be judged for it ultimately. But through the spirit, I just want to get this lesson through, because it's a lot that this woman is going to say that is all fact and truth. Because when all hell breaks loose, you women are not going to know what to do. You already don't know what to do now in the time of your great liberty that you can gather abroad. But nonetheless, just imagine in a survival sense or a situation, ultimately that's going to let you know that you are the weaker vessel and that you need a man. And in that time and in that day, a man of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, the man that the Lord is dealing with. That's why the scriptures say Isaiah 4 and 1. All right. In that day, 7 women shall take hold of 1 man. When this society collapse, and the Lord shall show his mercy and his grace towards his elect, showing his true power of deliverance and protection, these women are going to gravitate towards us. And that's why the elders and the apostles say through the spirit, if it be thy will, if it be the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, and if you got the strong might, it hold out, man. All right, and if you do have that desire, deal with women accordingly. All right, because at the end of the day, me personally, women they just want a good time for that little moment, that short moment, until they find something so-called better. All right, but at the end of the day, us being of the potential hopeful elect, we're hoping and praying that Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah will protect us and deliver us when all hell breaks loose, that we may enter into the kingdom of heaven. All right. So without further ado, I'm gonna play the video, the part two lesson of the video.
Sad that I gotta say this shit, but ladies.
And fair use as well too. All right, just through the spirit and power Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. All right.
When shit hits the fan, or you're gonna need a man. It is inevitable that you're gonna need one. Y'all peep this shit.
Make sure I'm still recording.
So the only reason why I say when shit hits the fan, we're gonna need a man. The reason why I say that is because I went to a lot of haunted houses this year, and each and every time I went to a haunted house with me and my best friend Rihanna, every time we went to a haunted house, we noticed that in a scary situation, men are more logical thinkers than women. And that's just me being real. Because when we first started hitting on men, we started to notice girls act on emotions. We act on being scared. You know what I'm saying? Whereas the men, they'll be like, okay, I know that this is scary, but let's logically think this shit through. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because each and every haunted house I have been to, like, let's say I got woods in the front, I will always have a man come in front of me. Like, perfect example, when I went to that one that had the 3 floors and shit like that, if it was not for that man being in front of me, I wouldn't have had noticed that there was a damn cliff right there. There was a cliff. There was nothing there. If I would have kept going, my drunk ass would have just kept going.
Hey, no sense of urgency. And the scriptures say that the Lord deprived her from wisdom. And us knowing that Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah created these women to be the weaker vessel, and to be led by a man. But also due to the curses, they fall from that grace. They fall from that characteristic trait. All right, the spirit of rebellion is on our women. But we do understand and know that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah put that curse upon all us, both woman and man. But nonetheless, when all hell breaks loose, hey, when the Lord revealed his power and show that he was dealing with those men on those bug out so-called men on the street corners, hey, you women are gonna bow down, man. That's all through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, and you'll bow down if you know what's good for you. Because hey, according to Ezekiel 9:4, well in 9:5, verse 6, majority of the people of our nation that's gonna perish is women and children. All right, because the ratio we know outnumbers men to 7-1, or in today's time 10-1, and that's all through the spirit. Why? Because the Lord knows, and He's setting up the elect, hey, to receive women. All right, not to get sidetracked and say this is all what it's about, but it's just letting you know as part of the prophecies, Isaiah 4:1. We're gonna going to be redeemed and brought back to our glorious state. But let me get a precept in Job 39:17. It says, her wisdom, let's get wisdom. Ye have not shared her of understanding. It's in the AMP. I'm going to read it in the KJV. Because the Most High Yahweh have deprived her of wisdom, neither have he imparted to her understanding. So at the end of the day, ye women are ought to be led through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, going back to Genesis 3:16. All right. And the Lord deprive you from that wisdom, even the little wisdom that you did had back in the ancient time. The Lord took all that away from you. All right, because you are the weaker vessel. And ultimately you're supposed to submit unto an Israelite man, your husband. Not husbands, plural, husband. All right, singular. All right. Contrary to you women's belief and your emotions and the customs of Babylon the Great, you're supposed to be locked on to one man. But we already know this is a adulterous generation, that these women, if you don't have a virgin, you know, unto you, hey, that's not your woman. That's not your real wife. All right, here these women can get married in America, but they got 50, 100 plus body counts, different men that they slept with, and that's an abomination, man. All right, unto her body, unto that man, and ultimately unto Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. Genesis 3:16. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire should be to thy husband, and he shall rule over you. And that's the proper order. The desire being towards the husband. Anything the husband says, it goes. Anything the husband wants, it goes. All right. You're not supposed to go. Really and truly, you women are not supposed to really have, admirations and goals and ambitions. Your ambitions and admirations and goals is to please your husband and to ultimately watch over the children that you and your husband, bear, together, him laying down the seed and you're bearing the child, giving that birth. All right. And that's the reason why you women catch hell and birth pains, because due to the curse of Adam and Eve. All right. So you got to understand that, man. We are the superiors, us being the men, and you women are the weaker vessels. So lock it. Verse 16 in the AMP. To the woman he said, I will greatly multiply your pain in childbirth. That's why you women, you know, have childbirth. Because in all actuality, it was supposed to be like, you popping the child out and bam, no pain, no problems. Just like how the animals and all the rest of creation produce seeds. But nonetheless, us being over the animals and everything on the earth, mankind and womankind, we suffer the greatest sin under the sin of Adam and Eve. Witnessing death, pains and sufferings, catching hell, wickedness, sin in the planet Earth. All right. It says to the woman, he said, I will greatly multiply your pain in childbirth. In pain, you will give birth to children. Yet your desire and longing will be for your husband, and he will rule with authority over you and be responsible for you. Ooh, that's powerful. So at the end of the day, and like the elders and apostles say, we are the hey, it's a reason why these women, call certain men daddy, man. Not to be, you know, explicit, but that's just the truth. Because growing up, I always wondered like why women used to do that shit, and the shit's still weird to me until this day. But in all actuality, we are over these women. We are the so-called father figures of the women life. Because in contrary belief, the woman is supposed to be risen or raised by the house of her father. The father is supposed to give his daughter unto marriage, not the daughter giving herself unto marriage or the daughter following after the goddamn woman. Because in this society, you already know what women tell you. You don't have to settle down. You can sleep with as many men as you want until you feel is the right man. And that's not the case. That's why the kingdom of heaven is going to be extra sweet when Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah judge this place and lift up his people and put us in a righteous order. All right. And that's how it's supposed to be. But due to the curses, it's not like that. A yearning desire, yearning. All right. Longing. Your only desire is supposed to be towards your husband. All right. Your man. Not your own desires, not how you feel, what you think. And not to sound harsh, it's just what it is, man. It's a reason why you women ask, all types of questions. So, babe, do you think I should do this? Babe, I should. And like I said, our elders and apostles tell us the best, man. All right, them being in this ministry and dealing with the things of, the world and stuff like that. They tell us how to maneuver dealing with women and what they really truly desire. They only want that short moment and enjoyment for a good time. They really don't want no long term relationship. All right. They don't even talk about, being polygamous, which is not against the scripture. But nonetheless, like I said, we in hell, we in captivity. I understand that. And you just got to be circumspect anyway, especially in the times we live in it now, dealing with these women, hopping from rod to rod and whatever the case may be. So the Lord deprived her from wisdom and understanding. This is Ecclesiastes 7 and 26 KJV. And I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. Whoso pleases the Most High, Yahweh, shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. AMP now discovered that all of the rational sins, none has been so destructive in beguiling one away from the Most High power Yahweh as immoral women. For more bitter than death is the woman whose heart is composed of snares, which goes into traps and nets, and whose hands are chains. Whosoever pleases the Most High power Yahweh will escape from her, but the sinner will be taken captive by her evil. All right, and that's why a lot of men get caught up in women. All right, putting a woman on the pedestal, being a beta male. At the end of the day, we are over these women, and don't get it twisted. Hey, we love women. All right, me personally, I can say I give respect, but respect damn sure has to be earned and given back. All right, through the spirit and power. Yeah, how about Jimmy? I was shot. Hope I can cross through. I don't know. So like I'm going through a crossing. lot of that cross. Let the video play.
I would fail. Like, first of all, why the fuck is that even in the goddamn attraction? But anyway, but like, yeah, men are logical thinkers, so that's why I started thinking, if women are not logical thinkers, just going through haunted houses, how are we going to react when shit hits the fan for real, for real? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, now, this is just me speaking from myself and me speaking from my experience. And my best friend Brianna, we both agreed on this shit. I don't know if other women is gonna agree to it. Because some of y'all are badasses and y'all logical thinkers just like me. And you heard me. Not my black ass. I'ma need a man, okay? Because I am not a logical thinker when I'm scared. When I'm scared, bitch, I'm running. And that's only because of the fact, like, because we went to one haunted house and it was a maze.
Y'all
Now,
here?
it was a group of girls.
Hey, that's what's gonna happen, man. You women are gonna be caught out there in a nutshell if Yahweh Shah do not bless you with the man of the Lord. All right, and that's just the God honest truth.
Had it been a man in that group, we would have made it through that maze. We would have made it through the whole 30 minutes of that bitch. But because it was a group of girls, we got scared, we acted on emotions, we ran to the other side, and then we thinking that, oh, it's a good area, come to find out it's the damn exit. So with that being said, I don't know. When shit hits the fan, to all you strong women, be strong. Me, I'm gonna need a man.
Yeah, you heard it. Let's look at these comments a little bit. All right. Look at somebody on here. Hey, this word is out there. Somebody over here put Isaiah 4 and 1. Let me see what the reply is. Oh, that look like somebody that know that they're Israelite. Isaiah 4 and 1, man. And then you got certain women agreeing. You damn right, we need our men. They are true protectors designed to provide. Another woman, yes, I'm gonna need a few good men. No, you only get one. Ain't no few. Uh, Energy never lies. That's how you know who is a protector or who is not. So you got women actually agreeing. All right. Um, you never supposed to be know how strong you are until you are in a situation, and that's real talk. Natural order. It's not a bad thing. Here go the Edomite woman. Nope, we can do it. Dumbass bitches.
Yep, and these
Uh,
Edomite women have fucked your heads up. You so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, mainly you black women. All right, fuck that. Your heads up, man. Your mind. Thinking you don't need a man. I can do bad all by myself. When Yahweh Shem Yahweh bring that ultimate judgment and destruction, it's going to be chaotic, man. You people don't know how bad it's going to get.
there go another one. Kimmy. She was raised with two brothers as a tomboy. I fix cars. I cut the grass. Boy, you westernized women don't have a clue. Okay?
Isaiah
And you got the
32,
suckers.
Isaiah 32 and 2. A man shall be a hiding place from the wind and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. And that's going into the elect men of the Lord. That's going to be a covering, a protection to certain individuals. All right, men, women, and children, man. All right, the multitude that follow after. All right, so on and so forth. The one the Lord is going to use certain men, individuals, the prophets mainly, to receive spiritual powers and protect the rest of the elect, man. So at the end of the day, hey, you will want to pray that you're of the elect number. Okay?
Got you, ladies. Oh boy.
Isaiah 32:9, rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vision shall fail, the gathering shall not come. They tremble, ye women that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. All right, because the times we're coming into is great mourning and great testing, ultimately, through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. And you see it in the AMP. All right. I also like the scriptures say in Ecclesiasticus 39:28, every spirit that be created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of their destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. It says fire and hell and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts, scorpions, serpents, and the swords punishing the wicked to destruction. All right, so with that, I'm going to close out. So I can tell you how about Shem Yahushua, about Shem Yahushua, the honor to the elders and apostles, great millstone, to this is truth. All right, shalom to the elect.